If you are in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in New Orleans, then Premier is the place for you. At Premier, they serve all of your automotive needs with a high degree of expertise. Check out the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica with optional front crash prevention, 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Jeep Patriot. 15% off MSRP on all 2016 Chrysler 200 limited sedans. And lease the Dodge 2016 Challenger XST for as low as $241 per month. And Fiat has arrived to Premier as well. Several models, many colors. Check out the website, Premier Chrysler Jeep Dodge, or stop in the showroom at 13,000 I-10 Service Road in New Orleans East. LSU got an unexpected home game with Florida. They were supposed to play South Alabama. You know the story by now. Florida came, bad blood on both sides, and it showed before the game and during the game. And in the game, Darius Geis is into the end zone, and LSU looking good early on, but they had all kinds of trips inside the 10 and didn't score, and that's one reason why. Geis fumbles. Here's another reason why, no blocking. And Fournette, who's playing hurt, is tackled for a loss. And then they botch a field goal. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. Ridiculous. Cost themselves 3 points. They deserve to lose the game because they blew it every which way but orange. You get it? All good. And on the very next play, man coverage, Dante Jackson. Not only does he overrun it, but then he commits a mortal sin there. You've got to get that man down or get him out of bounds. You're right on the boundary. Didn't do it. Touchdown. And between Geis and Jackson, it was a rough day. Did I say rough day for Dante Jackson?
Whoa.
I guess. And you just can't play like this in the SEC against a good team and expect to win. And yet LSU would still have a chance to win this game. Run the fullback. How did that go? Not happening on 3rd and goal. So you got one play left. The old Les Miles staple, the power pitch. Which way do I go? I don't know. Looked to me like the hole was left. After the game, Ed Ogeron said that his running back went the wrong way. That's Darius Geis, and Florida won the game 16-10, despite LSU having 423 yards to just 270 for Florida. Look at the red zone. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal, and 5 trips for LSU. That's how you lose a game. You get there, and you don't finish. Very disappointing loss for LSU, Brian.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, it's as painful a couple of days later as it was then. You're absolutely right. When you talk about the level of frustration and disappointment, it's at every level, beginning with the head coach or the interim head coach, soon to have that title lifted, all the way down to the players. I mean, this is a game, they were favored by nearly 2 touchdowns, I believe. There was a lot of trash talk, a lot of ill will before the game, and Florida took it to them in their house. Wow.
Well, they moved the ball better, but one constant that we see, regardless of who the head coach is or the offensive coordinator is, Ricky, is that when LSU faces a good defense, they don't score. They didn't score against Wisconsin, they didn't score against Auburn, didn't score against Alabama, and they didn't score against Florida.
Good point.
Well, you know what, Ken, when pressure get on them, they butcher everybody in. You know, you got to keep a spread offense. You know what I mean? You see they got down to the goal line, and they ran the ball straight up the middle, you know, and it's just out there. They get that ball to the outside anytime they got an easy touchdown. You know what I mean? But what they did was they did exactly what the defense was looking for. Each time they got down there, and that's what's been killing LSU. Even when Coach Les was there, they ran the same thing. They let everybody know what they running, and they tried to run the same play over and over, and they never did try to change anything. And you can see the teams are waiting on them at the goal line.
But does Geis score if he goes the right way on that final play, Brian?
I think so. They have it blocked right, Kenny. Okay? I mean, Geis is a good player, all right?
Who had a bad day.
Who had a bad day. But, I mean, you're right. If he runs that play correctly, I say he gets in 9 out of 10 times. You know, the irony about this whole thing is that Les Miles loses his job on one play against Auburn. Ed Orgeron loses a good opportunity to become the head coach full-time. On one play, they score. It's a whole different. I'm not saying that he's going to get the job, but he's certainly going to be in the conversation. I think he's out of it now.
Well, because you can adjust schemes somewhat, but you can't change a lot in the middle of the season,
No.
Ricky. And you can't change the players. Your offensive line against the better teams struggles a bit, and your quarterback against the better teams struggles a bit.
Yeah, but the thing about that, Ken, is the offense never did show any new wrinkles. In a game like that yesterday, the coach's mind got to be, well, I got to come in this game with some new wrinkles. I got to look at other stuff that people are doing around the country and do something new, and that's what they never did do.
Tulane had senior day at Yulman Stadium. Congratulations to the seniors, and that's about it. Next up on the agenda, listen, what do you want me to say? This was as ugly an offensive performance as you'll ever see.
Yeah,
and they could do absolutely nothing.
And I gave Coach a lot of credit early during the year, but in the later part of the year, he kind of faltered too, you know what I mean? So he got to get that program back up and running a little better too.
Long way to go.
Curtis.
Long way to go. They got Connecticut this week, and they're terrible offensively as well, so neither team may score. We'll see. Then there was a game where there was a lot of scoring, the River Bell Classic at Guidry Stadium, and Southeastern jumped all over Nicholls early and late, but here come the Colonels back on WHNO. You had a chance to see it. Chase Forcade rallying them back, making play after play, keeping it alive. 2-point conversion attempt, and it just falls short. And then they come back after they recover the onside kick, and Chase Forcade will score to cut it to 44-42. And then they're going to go for the tie, obviously, here, forthcoming. Unbelievable comeback by Nicholls State, but could they finish? Forcade rolling, reversing field, looking, buying as much time as he can, just throws it up for grabs. It's close, but he can't come down with it. Then they recover the onside kick, and again, one last desperation heave. Chase rolls left, looking, throwing. He'll reach the end zone, and incomplete on the carom, almost there. 44-42, Southeastern wins it. The Lions go and get the River Bell. They earned it. They deserved it. Great football game, and we really enjoyed it. Unquestionably a classic. And speaking of great football in WHNO, we got another one this weekend. Arkansas State and UL Lafayette, Saturday at 11 a.m. The Red Wolves, Red Storm, call them whatever they're being called today, facing the Ragin' Cajuns at 11 a.m. this coming Saturday morning. I'm sorry, I did a lot of games when Arkansas State in Jonesboro, and I'll always have trouble getting that nickname right after being there for so many years with the other name. So we know where they were previously, Indians, and they changed that, and that's fine. But for me, it's hard. Boy, we got a great game in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome this Saturday, the annual Bayou Classic. It's always great for the community, but it carries significance on the football field this year, and that's important because both teams are 8-0 in the SWAC. The winner goes to the SWAC championship against Alcorn State, Rick.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, man, the best part about it is the band. I go there for the band, and I tell you, every year, I go be in a suite, and I check the band out. They do a great job at halftime, the two bands battling against each other. Football team, one team going to be better than the other, but the band, man, it'll be so close it's hard to pick.
Have you been invited to the suite for Saturday, Kenny? I haven't gotten an invitation.
No, I have not. These are two 8-0 teams. That's what I'm interested in. This is good stuff, and it's great for the community, and it's great for the state. We're back to talk prep football when we return in just a moment on Sports NOLA TV.